Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at some 3D printed storage that is also stackable as well. And these are all free downloads that you can get from the description below from the original designer. Now, since starting this 3D printing channel, I have had a problem with just mess, as I've got lots of paints, brushes, nail files, all kinds of stuff that I'm using with the 3D prints that I'm making, but of course they're all kind of scattered around and not very well kept. So I really need a better way of tidying this all up and making it far more organized. So that's where I found this. This is a recent creation that I've seen online. I decided to print off two versions of it at 75% print size, and then I also did one at full size because I wanted something I could fit my brushes in. So these are supposed to be stackable, and you certainly can stack them, but in this case I'm not really going to be stacking them anywhere. This just would be for moving things around quite easily, but nice to have the option to stack it as well. Now the download comes with many options to print off, so I went with a square one. This is for my model paints, which I use for 3D printing, and I also went for a one with rectangular shapes that right now will just be for spare parts. So if I print something off and I don't use that piece of plastic, maybe it's a peg or something, then I'm going to keep it in there so that I can come back to it and maybe use it for a different print in the future. And these 75% size trays I actually printed off on my Ender. I've been using the K1 most of the time right now, but I thought I'm going to go back to the Ender for this, and they actually came out pretty good. There was a little bit of loosen of adhesion at the bottom, but they still stack on top of each other, so that's brilliant. And it's also a stack that's quite a snap, so they actually stay together. So if I do put like spare parts in the green part, they're not going to go flying all over the place if I move them too quickly. There is also a lid as well that you can print off if you want that too. And then the 100% version that I printed in black, I printed that on my K1. And I actually had a lot of adhesion issues this time. I've been praising the K1 for great adhesion, but these big flat surfaces just did not work out good. And I think even if I had additional adhesion down, it wouldn't have made anything too great. So if I was printing off two of these, I don't think they would stack on top of each other. They're quite bent. But luckily that's fine because this black one was just for my paintbrushes to fit into. So as such, I don't have to worry about this actually stacking at all. Now, I should also mention while I actually go ahead and add all the stuff into the storage that I've been doing 3D printing for just over a year now. It's kind of crazy to me that I haven't actually printed off anything storage based, because it does seem like the simplest thing you could probably do with a 3D printer is make storage with it. And especially specialized storage. Like I can make storage that is exactly the right size to perfectly fit what I want. And you cannot get that. You can't go down to IKEA and get something that's just going to be bang on the right size. But in 3D printing, you can make something perfect. So the examples here with the paintbrushes and the paints, this has just turned out, I think, really cool. And probably gives me at least some ideas of what I could do in the future to create all kinds of sweet as hell storage that is perfectly sized to take whatever you're needing to store. And I wouldn't have thought I'd ever say that about storage, because storage is pretty boring, but being able to make it perfect and then as such take up even less room is pretty cool. So I'll have to look in to see what I can do. But as you can see here, this is now my storage and it's a lot cleaner than it was before. All this stuff was loose previously. The paintbrushes were just in a little bag. Their paints themselves were all over the place. So this now looks like an actual much more professional setup than it previously did. And it's cool to have these very practical 3D prints and explore them all. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you do enjoy this kind of stuff, give me a like and subscribe as I appreciate that. And I'll catch you next time.